So again, I will be giving a presentation of the tentative work program for fiscal year 27 through fiscal year 31. Okay. Very good. Okay. So during the presentation, we'll give a brief overview of the department's tentative work program development cycle. We'll look at the schedule of events, everything that led us to this point in time. We'll take a look at the funding, which is so very important, and also look at some of the programming accomplishments that we were able to achieve this year. So the district's work program is a tentative listing of transportation projects that are funded and will be implemented in both Miami-Dade and Monroe counties over the next 5 years. It's developed annually in collaboration with our local partners. During the spring and summer months, there are significant interactions with county officials, elected officials, and because they are wanting to include projects in our tentative work program that benefits them and their constituents. Also, during this time, we received the list of priority projects. For Monroe County, we received the list every other year from you all, and you'll be excited to know that we've had an opportunity to review your list of priority projects, analyze it, and actually we had a meeting last week with county members to review the status of all the projects, all 40 plus projects on the list. So we're very excited about that those projects are having forward momentum. Also during this time, the team is actually balancing the projects to the allocations that we received. We'll talk about funding a little bit later on. There's also significant outreach. By statute, we have to conduct public hearings, but we also attend various subcommittee and board meetings as well to present the tentative work program. After our projects are programmed, we schedule them, and then the administration part begins. Since this tentative work program cycle is an abbreviated cycle, the entire month of October is dedicated to conducting all of our public hearings. On October 9th, last week, we had a public hearing, a combined public hearing for both Monroe and Miami-Dade County. We had approximately 106 people attend in person, with about a little over 50 people online, and we had several elected officials attend as well. Yours is the first board meeting that we will be conducting, that we are conducting this morning, with the very last one culminating with Miami-Dade County TPO board on the 30th. Overall, we're very excited about this year's work program because it gives us an opportunity to showcase the projects that we were able to accomplish, which ultimately assists you all in meeting your transportation goals. So this is the funding slide that shows the district's tentative work program over the next 5 years. The tentative work program for our district, District 6, is approximately $4.15 billion, which is a little lower than last year's $4.3 billion. There were primarily two areas that contributed to the decrease. Actually, it was primarily a decrease in state funding due to reductions in our projected revenues, as well as off-the-top funding for our needs-based program, which decreased the amount of allocations going to the district. So although we did receive less funding, we were able to keep the majority of projects programmed in our work program, and we're very happy about that. So as compared to last year, I just want to bring out that, you know, we had certain fluctuations in various categories. The main categories that I want to go over, just the resurfacing the bridge program for your information. So as you know, prior to developing the work program, the department, you know, analyzes the conditions of and frequency of our resurfacing project. Per statute, 80% of pavement on state highway systems are supposed to meet standard. DOT raised that to 83%. Last year when I was presenting, the district was hovering around 90%. So as a result, our targets and our lane mile allocations were reduced. This year, the overall lane mile targets reduced slightly, ever so slightly, which brings us more in line with the state's goals. But we were able to keep all of our resurfacing project within the tentative work program. Also, the bridge category, last year we normalized the bridge program, if you will. During the tentative work program development cycle, we weighed structural deficiency against economic bridge replacements, which resulted in us deferring out 2 of our bridge replacement projects and replacing them with bridge rehabilitation projects. This year, the bridge team had to reconcile their program while accounting for a decrease in funding as well as an increase in project costs. But, you know, for the most part, the bridges, we were able to maintain them in our program. I'm doing something wrong here. There we go. Okay. So this slide shows the programmatic funding specific to Monroe County. So Monroe County total allocation is $601 million, which is actually 6% less than you all received last year. There are 3 categories that experienced the largest decreases, and that was resurfacing, bridge, and consequently product support. For the most part, it's very exciting to see that we did have one Seaport. We hadn't had a Seaport project program in Monroe County for a very long time. This one is the Mallory Wharf and pier improvements, so we attributed $1 million towards that effort. Oops, one more, okay. And this slide shows the department's historical contribution towards Monroe County. Again, although the allocations were reduced a little bit, we still have a very large tentative work program, and we're making positive impacts on the state's transportation systems. So now what we want to do is look at a few of the projects that we're able to program during this tentative work program development cycle, starting with the aviation program. So we have 2 program projects that we are featuring here. All the information that I'm going to review in terms of projects are in the tentative work program booklet or the public hearing document that you all have. I'm just showcasing a few of the projects that we have programmed. So the first one is the Key West International Airport Terminal Concourse A Phase 2. Phase 1 actually wrapped up, I do believe, in the spring, and it's open. This is Phase 2 that's going to include new baggage claim area, carousel, pedestrian bridge, and it's going to start in fiscal year 2027. The department is going to be contributing $8 million towards this project. We also have the Key West International Airport bypass taxiway. That project is slated for fiscal year 2030, with the department contributing $8 million towards that effort as well. The bridge repair and rehab projects, we have 4 of them that we want to talk about. So for the most part, the Shark Key Channel, that particular project is slated for fiscal year 2028. We also have still in our work program the Viaduct Bridge, and that is slated to let next year in fiscal year 2027, as well as the old 7-mile bridge and Pigeon Key access over Knights Channel in 2027 as well. We do have a major bridge rehab, which is the Long Key Bridge Rehabilitation Project. Initially, we were looking to replace the bridge, but it became so very expensive that we are going to actually conduct a major rehab and then eventually save up for the replacement of the project. So this bridge is slated to construct in fiscal year 2030, and although the construction cost right now is slated at about $242 million, the construction-related cost, which is the CEI and geotechnical and what have you, is about $300 million, and that's just, you know, just the construction-related costs. So then we have the resurfacing program. Just want to highlight a couple projects. We do have resurfacing from mile marker 87 to 90 in Plantation Key. We'll be resurfacing that project in fiscal year 2028, as well as the Venetian Boulevard to Executive Bay Club. That project is going to be let next year in fiscal year 2027. The last project, although slated as resurfacing, there are some resurfacing elements, but this is actually a drainage project. For the most part, there will be some resurfacing, but this is going to be construction of a new pump station as well as generator and some resurfacing on that project, but it's primarily a drainage project. And just to add in some miscellaneous projects as well. We do have a safety project that's on Roosevelt from Eisenhower Drive to South Roosevelt. The construction is slated for fiscal year 2029. It's going to install some signage along that roadway, some pedestrian safety signage, as well as the trail project that's still in our tentative work program. This project initially started out as a local agency program project. I think it was with the Department of Environmental Protection. For whatever reason, the department took over the project. We're moving it forward. We had it coupled with another project that we're going to do some resurfacing. That project became too expensive, so we deferred that project out, but we kept this project. So we are administering this project. It's going to construction fiscal year 2028, and I believe the design is going to begin this year, so we still have that project ongoing. We also have the add turn lanes on this on Burton Drive. For the most part, we have a feasibility study program in fiscal year 2027. So once the feasibility study has concluded, we have set aside $1.2 million in a box to fund the outer phases as well, the additional phases as well. So as soon as that's done, we'll fund the additional phases. Also included we have the Florida Keys Coastal Storm Shoreline Stabilization Project. This is going to reduce erosion, protect critical infrastructure. There's 6 locations slated for Monroe County in this particular project, and it starts in fiscal year 2029. And then there's a lighting project, Overseas Highway from Avenue B to Avenue A, that we have funded in the work program as well. So as I stated earlier, we did receive the list of priority projects. A lot of those projects are underway. Some of those projects have not come to fruition as of yet. As we vet the projects, what we decided to do, since we didn't fund a good deal of them this year, we did put a box, set aside almost $5 million in a box for those projects. So as we vet them and they move through the pipeline, we have money set aside to actually fund those projects on your list of priority projects. And that's essentially it. That concludes our presentation. As a general reminder, visit our website. We do have a new interactive virtual meeting room that gives you a 360-degree look at the projects that we have ongoing in the district. We can watch videos, walk around the room, listen to updates. So when you get an opportunity, I think it'll be well worth it looking at, get an opportunity to look at that, visit the site. I just want to thank also this governing board as well as the county staff for working with us throughout the years to make this successful. We do enjoy coming out here. It's one of my favorite places. But that being the case, that concludes our presentation, and now we'd like to open it up for any questions that you may have.
Questions, commissioners?
No, just
All right.
thank you.
Thank you.
I do have one question.
Sure. Right.
Going back to the Long Key project, you're going to do a stabilization and eventually replacement. When do you anticipate replacement?
I think we have the replacement program in fiscal year 35, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
And if I understood correctly, and maybe I didn't, that's why I'm asking this question. You had a figure of, I believe it was $247 million. Was that for stabilization?
That was for the actual rehabilitation of the bridge until we're able to get to the replacement.
Okay, and then I thought I heard you say that the cost for replacement, of course we all know that's a joke that far in the future, was $300 million.
No.
It struck me those figures aren't terribly far apart. One patches it up, the other one replaces it. Did I misunderstand something there?
Yes, we have, as a matter of fact, we have one project ongoing now that just let in July, that's for rehabilitation of the Long Key Bridge. That's going to be ongoing until this major rehabilitation project comes on board in fiscal year 2030. That project in 2030 is about, let's say, $300 million for all the construction-related costs. The replacement is well upwards toward like $750 million, something like that, close to $1 billion for the replacement.
Oh, well, excuse me.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's very expensive.
Yes.
Yes.
So.
We're expensive, we know.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I'll be looking for an acknowledgement of the tentative work program, please. as we do each year.
Move to acknowledge the tentative work program.
Second.
All right, motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.